maternal grandfather, a deputy minister of education was arrested and soon executed by the Enquete predecessor of the KGB. Meanwhile, Sonia hid to avoid being arrested herself. My grandmother did not find out about her Polish family's fate until well after World War II. By that time, Vileika, annexed by the Soviet Union, became part of the Soviet Republic of Belarus. Until the breakup of the Soviet Union, neither the Polish nor Soviet government ever recognized what happened during World War II to the European Jewry in general and to their own Jewish citizens in particular. Even though the word Holocaust came into widespread usage at the end of the 1960s, it was only when Alex and I arrived in the US in 1982 that I learned about Nazis' final solution and heard the word for the first time. Communist governments had their specific methods for controlling historic memory, both within the Soviet republics and the Soviet bloc countries. According to a 2012 study published in a famous anthropological magazine, I can't even say the name in German, something, many syllables, Europa, in Belarus, like elsewhere in the Soviet Union, the government completely rejected any notion of national identity. The official propaganda talked about the number of Soviet people killed by the enemy during the war, but never mentioned the atrocities committed against the Jews as part of the Nazis' extermination program. The very word Jewish was never used, and instead, vague Soviet patriotic citizens were commemorated. In Poland, on the contrary, Polish, to be specific, was paramount for the party. Stalin ordered his satellite country to build a stable ethnic society. In addition to the prevailing anti-Semitic attitude of Polish citizens, who did not want their surviving Jewish compatriots to return from the camps, the Polish government saw the Holocaust remembrance as a reminder of multinational Poland, and therefore disagreeable with the official policy. The Soviets suppressed any hint of the Nazis' final solution for the same reason they covered up other wartime crimes, such as the massive collaboration with the Nazis in the Soviet territory and in the countries that would become members of the Soviet bloc. The Soviet government's goal was to conceal the Nazis' mass killing of the Jews while blaming the Germans for their own atrocities, like the Katyn massacre when the Red Army executed more than 20,000 Polish officers in the Katyn forest. The regime did not want any questions about its own strategies of ethnic relocations, mass purges, and concentration camps. These strategies were learned well by the Nazis when they implemented their own genocide programs. So, in my family, we read Yevtushenko's poem as an indictment of the Soviets' official refusal to acknowledge the Holocaust.